I robot. One man saw it coming. Isaac Asimov. When Susan Calvin entered the fantastically guarded vault that held the brain, one of the current chief of technicians had just asked, if 1.5 chickens lay 1.5 egg in 1.5 days, how many eggs will 9 chickens lay in 9 days? The brain had just answered, 54. And the technician had just said to another, see, you dog. Dr. Kelvin coughed, and there was a sudden, impossible flurry of the directionless energy. The psychologist motioned briefly, and she was alone with the brain. The brain was a 2-foot globe merely, and one which contained within a thoroughly conditioned helium atmosphere, a volume of space completely vibration absent and radiation free, and within that was the unheard of complexity of positronic brain paths that was the brain. The rest of the room was crowded with the attachments that were the intermediaries between the brain and the outside world, the voice, the arms, sense organs. Dr. Kelvin said softly, how are you, brain? The brain's voice was high-pitched and enthusiastic. Swear, Miss Susan, you are going to ask me something. I can tell. You always have a book in your hand when you are going to ask me something. Dr. Kelvin smiled mildly. Well, you are right, but not just that. This is going to be a question. It will be so complicated, you are going to give it to you in writing. But not just yet. I think I'll talk to you first. All right. I don't mind talking. Now, brain, in a little while, Dr. Lenny and Dr. Bogot will be here with his complicated question. We'll give it to you all very little at a time and very slowly because we want you to be careful. We are going to ask you to build something, if you can, out of the information, but I'm going to warn you now that the solution might involve damage to human beings. Gosh, the exclamation was hushed, drawn out. Now you watch for that. When we come to a set, it means damage. You may be death. Don't get excited. You see, brain, in this case, we don't mind, not even about death. We don't mind at all. So, when you come to the seat, just stop. Give it back. And that'll all. You understand? Oh, sure. By golly. The death of human? Oh my. Now, brain, I hear Dr. Lenin and Dr. Bogot coming. They'll tell you what the problem is all about and then we'll start. Be a good boy now. Slowly the set were pity. After which one came the interval of the queerly, whispery, chuckling noise that the brain in action. Then the silence, that means readies for another set. It was a matter of hours during which the equivalent of something like 17 pet volume of mathematical physics were fed into the brain. As the process went on, Frond appeared and deepened. Lenin muttered ferociously under his breath. Boga first gazed speculatively at his fingernail and then bit at them in abstracted fashion. It was when the rest of the sick fire of seat disappeared that Calvin, white-faced, said, something's wrong. Lenin barely got the word out. It can be. Is it that? Brain. Susan Kelvin was trembling. Do you hear me, brain? Huh. Came out the abstracted rejoinder. Do you want me? The solution. Oh, that I can do it. I build you a whole ship, just as easy. If you let me have the robot, a nice ship. It'll take 2 months, maybe. There was no difficulty. It took long to figure, said the brain. Dr. Kelvin backed away. The color had not returned to her thin cheeks. She motioned the others away. In office, she said, I can't understand it. The information as given must involve a dilemma, probably involved death. If something had gone wrong, Boga said quietly, the machine talks and makes sense. It can be a dilemma. But the psychologist replied urgently, there are dilemmas and dilemmas. There are different forms of escape. Suppose the brain is only mildly caught, just badly enough, say, to be suffering from the delusion that he can solve the problem, and he can't, or suppose it's teetering on the brink of something really bad, so that any small push solves it all. Suppose, said Rennie, there is no dilemma. Suppose consolidated machine broke down over a different question, or broke down for purely mechanical reasons. But even so, insisted Kelvin, we couldn't take chances. Listen, from now on, no one is to as much as breathe to the brain. I'm taking over. All right, sighed Rennie, take over then. And meanwhile, we let the brain build its ship. And if it does build it, we'll have to test it. She was ruminating. We'll need our top field man for that.